Hey, what's up everyone, Solid Trades Ali here. So in this video I'm going to be sharing my top 3 trend line trading secrets that I've learned after taking thousands of trades and with trial and error. Now if you're struggling as a trader, I promise and guarantee if you implement these things right away in your trading, if you're not already, you will become highly successful and profitable. If you like this, let me know in the comment below and ask for part 2. So without wasting any time, let's get started. All right, so the number one is to wait for the candle to close. Okay, so notice here, this is a chart of Apple, and there was this really nice trend forming. Now, I cannot tell you enough how many times I have waited for a perfect trend form, found a perfect trend, waited for it, and as soon as it broke right here, right, I would enter short thinking that the trend broke and it should continue down. As soon as I would enter, the stock rips back up and I'm like, what? I did all the hard work, and then finally when it happened, as soon as I entered, the stock just reversed completely. I'm like, no, and I end up cutting losses only to see the stock further later go down, right? So in order to combat that, what you need to do is to make sure the 1 minute candle at least closes once or twice below this trend. So wait for the trend break and wait for the candle to close. So notice here in this example, here it wicked and then it went up again. It did not come down here and closed below. It did not close below this trend. So wait for the trend line to close. So notice here it closed 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time. This is a confirmation, and this is a great place to get in short right here. Wait for it 1, 2 couple of times, and then if it stays outside, that's confirmed that it's going to be a trend break, and then look what happens. Great short, and your stop loss will be up here. So if you get in short right here in this area, your stop loss will be here, because sometimes it does happen and then fails. So your stop loss will be next pivot level. Okay, so this is your risk and this is your reward. That's number one. Number two, trend is your friend. So notice here, there's a great trend forming. Now in a bull market, this would be a great trend. I have taken so many trades like this at a trend break, and then the stock just goes crazy. But notice here how it went up and it went down, right? How do you know that this is not a good trend? Well, notice here there's another trend that had a nice break, and then here it closed below it and then it crashed. So this would be a great place to short. Now the question is that how do you know this trend doesn't work and this trend works? It's because you always look at the bigger picture and you always go with the trend, and that is what I meant by trend is your friend. So let's go and look at the bigger picture of it. This is a 1 minute chart. So if you look at the bigger picture of the stock, so now this is a bigger picture, which means that in this chart I have added 2 more time frames. One is the 15-minute chart, and then it's a daily chart. So notice here in both of these trends, the stock has been just continuously going down. But this is just a 1 minute, just 1 day right here. So notice this is just 1 day happening. But overall trend is completely down. So what that means is that even though the stock looks like it's going to go up, since the overall trend is downward, the stock is more likely going to work better on the trend break on the downside, not on the upside. Okay, so this is wrong and this is right. Again, the trend is downward. So notice here, let me just, I think this will be a great example. So what happens is that the stock, when it's downtrending, it looks like this. Okay, so it goes down, goes a little bit up, goes down, 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 a little bit up. So this is why it's a downtrend. You see, this is what's happening. Goes down, a little bit up, down, a little bit up, right? Now, if you look in the only smaller time frame, which a lot of people do, and they don't look at the bigger picture, what happens is that this is just a little bit up, but it's overall this, which is part of the overall downtrend. And if you end up buying, or I have done this so many times, I end up buying it only to see it go down. Now same thing in the bullish market, when the market is really good, works amazing. So that is why it's really important to adapt with the market, right? Because same strategy that worked last month wouldn't work this month, because you just need to understand the overall trend and overall the bigger picture. So very, very important. This cost me a lot of money, but I'm glad that I figured it out. It completely changed my trading career. Next is third is time of the day, which is very, very important. So time of the day is, there are 3 sections in the day. This is the all day of chart, okay, all the trading session. This is the overall day. Now in that day there are 3 time frames: morning session, lunchtime, and afternoon session. So the morning session is where the whole or everything happens. So what means is that what works in the morning session will not work in the lunchtime. So for example, notice here there's a very clean trade right here, give you a massive result, right? Now let's say that you trade this trade, make this trade, and then works amazing. You think, oh my god, it's doing amazing, I'm gonna keep trading. So you go into the lunchtime where most of the people walk away or walk away from their desk, so they're not trading anymore. And that is why during the lunchtime, same trend break would not work. So then there was another trend break during lunchtime right here. But look here what happened. It came down a little bit and then went against you, right? Because this is lunchtime. It doesn't really, and during lunchtime, the stock do not really work. Like the stock that looks really, really good, and you enter and it goes against you. Because during lunchtime, there are a lot of traders who are actually either not even trading. Only those people who are trading who actually lost money in the morning. So they're very uneasy, they're very erratic, they're very emotional. So you will see very emotional chart patterns, very erratic moves during the lunchtime. Okay, so it's better to stay away from lunchtime. It's funny, so many times I have made money in the morning and then I lost it all during lunchtime, only because of my arrogance. So this I've learned the very hard way. Then there's afternoon session. In afternoon session you also get good moves, but I think that the best moves you get in the morning, then you get some good moves in the afternoon session as well, but lunchtime is garbage. So now here, look here, there's another big trend, finally a trend break right here. Then you get another really nice massive move, okay, and it did not go back up against you. So time of the day, again, very important. So I suggest trading the first 2 hours in the market and then walk away. And if you don't do well, especially if you don't do well during the first hour, it's gonna be really hard to do or make it all back. In fact, there's a good chance of you giving it even more back to the market if you trade during lunchtime. All right guys, so these are my top 3. Let me know in the comment below if you want me to do the part 2, the next another top 3. I have so many great lessons that I can share, so let me know and I'll see you guys in a later video. Take care, bye.